Welcome to Marriage in Real Life.
Welcome.
All right. We're so glad that you could join us for another podcast, right?
Right.
Yeah, give another shout out. All right. Well, we're so glad we see some people who are watching with us. We want you to like and share. Please make you like. Please make you. Well, I can't get my words right. Whoa, man! Please like and share on tonight. As you see, make sure you hit the like button. Tell us where you're watching from. Put your name down there. Tell us where you're watching from. We can give you a shout out. For those who are new with us, my name is Eric.
And I'm Boss Lady P.
All right. All right. So we're the host of Marriage and Real Life. Hey, we've been married almost 32 years.
Almost 33 years.
33? Oh, gee.
You don't like me very much, do you? I don't think you do. You can't remember the wonderful years that I've dedicated to you in this love. Jeez, Eric. Jeez.
All right. Well, yeah, 33 years, man.
In
Wow.
April 27th, just in case you don't remember.
April, yeah, I know. I remember that.
You remember the date, but you don't remember the year?
Yeah, sometimes I get lost, I'm getting older
Get
now.
lost in my love.
Yes, lost in your love, baby. Lost in your love. Again, we want to make sure you like and share. Tell us where you're watching from. Tonight is a very interesting topic. We're trying to get ready for 2025. All right, so let's go, as we always start out, we start out with some things that we been doing these last, 2 weeks, what's been going on. And one of the things we had a date night. We went to the fair.
We went to the fair.
Yes, had a good time at the fair.
Yeah, we didn't ride on nothing because these bones ain't trying to be jerked around. But we did. But we did walk through and looked around, and we ate.
Yeah, we ate. Yeah, we ate get some food, and we couldn't leave without getting the old funnel cake.
Without him getting the funnel cake. And I had to help him eat it because it was just too much sugar. But I think after a few bites, we were like, "Why are we eating this? This is fried dough and sugar."
Oh God, we
so.
couldn't eat it. Well, man, I took the first bite. I was like, "Oh man, this is so much sugar."
Sugar and grease.
Yeah, but we paid so much, but we ate half of it and we threw the other half away. Yeah. So hey,
$10.
I'm telling you, it was a lot. But
And it was my time. It was my time to pay for date night because when we do date night, it's like each person have their weekend where they have to pay.
yeah, but I paid for the tickets though. Remember that?
Yeah, but we didn't go on date night that week.
Yeah,
We
that's
paid for
right.
tickets.
Yeah, that's right. All right, good to go. Hey, Sparker, how y'all doing? Give Sparker a shout out. Hello, Tara Lee. Hello, Tara. All right, from Sunrise, right here in the city of Sunrise.
Tara.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Please tell us where you're watching from, and we will give you a shout out throughout.
Absolutely.
All right. Make sure you like and share. All right. We last night, right? We looked at the lights. We went to look for lights,
Yeah, that was sweet.
It was sweet. Oh, that's all right, baby. Yes. I mean, I'm sorry that the first time we went, it was, the lights, they were supposed to be on. Man, it was good to get there and the lights not even on.
Not all of them.
Yeah, not all of them on. So we drove around and we found some other lights,
Yeah.
And then we ate and we had a good time, good night, good Sunday date night.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, date nights are, spontaneous date nights are like the best.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep telling people when you go on a date night, it not necessarily you have to spend money.
Absolutely.
You may spend some gas money, whatever, but sometimes date nights is just taking a drive on the beach, walking in the park, not at night, but
Yeah, I don't know about walking
night.
like with these raccoons and ducks and
Maybe some frogs out there.
And I don't go anywhere in dark.
All right, I know. But you got to do, you should be able to do something like that, and it doesn't always cost money, but it's a time for communication, getting to know each other better.
Yeah.
So yes, so you should do that. All right, we got the Little Richards in the little house.
Hey, Little Richard.
Hey, Little Richards. Watching from Tamarack. All right, all right. Um, then you put up your Patsy famous Christmas tree, and this time you had the little muffin with you.
I had her help.
Yes,
Yeah, that
yes,
was fun.
that was fun.
She was afraid of the tree at first. She was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm not going in there. I don't know what this is about."
Right,
But
right.
once I kind of pushed her and kind of coaxed her over, like, "It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay."
right.
And she was like, everything she put on the tree is in the same
In
spot.
the same spot.
I left it right there.
Hey, that's it.
Hey,
That's
listen, that
it.
she contributed, and that was great. So we enjoyed that.
All right, we got Marie all the way from Ocala.
Hey, Marie.
Hey, Marie. We got Lucille on the other. Hey, Lucille. Passes Bessie.
Hey, Lucille. Thanks
Right.
for joining us, girl.
Yeah. So that was one thing, and then Saturday, our church, Love Our City, went out and we went to the unhoused or the homeless, and we passed out packs to them.
Mm-hmm.
You had sanitized things and then toiletries and
know.
things like that, and that was a good time.
we
For the whole
enjoyed
church to go out there. We haven't done it in a while, but it was good to get back into where we love our city.
We love our
We love our city. Real Life Church, we love our city. We got Nat on all the way from Chicago, Chi-Town.
Hey, Nat.
Hey, Nat, how you doing? All right. Hey, so tonight we're talking about marriage goals. We're talking about marriage goals, and we should say, why should married couples set goals? So we're saying that setting goals together in a marriage can help each other feel more connected. All right. When you set the goals, you feel more connected because you're working towards a shared vision
Mm-hmm.
and improve the health of your relationship. Right. That's why you should, And so we got some reasons why you should, just some little bit of things of why. The first one is it creates a sense of purpose. It creates a sense of purpose because goals can give a couple a sense of direction and purpose and help them work toward a shared vision. So you got a shared vision, and now you got a roadmap that you can go to it. Right. So that's a create a sense of purpose. All right. What is number 2 there?
Number 2 says it strengthens the connection.
Oh.
And I really like that because when you pull together and you have a purpose, it means you can hold each other accountable for them not doing their part. Because it's gonna be some bumpy roads, but things are gonna happen. Life is gonna life, and somebody might slip up and they didn't meet that quota. Okay, so
Right.
but it's not to criticize them; it's to help them get back on track.
Right.
Sometimes we can point fingers and say, "But you didn't do your part, and you didn't do this, and the reason why I did what I did is because you didn't do what you were supposed to do." But when you do it together,
Right.
it
'Cause you're a team.
yeah,
You're a team.
yeah, I tell you that all the time.
Yes, and yeah.
It's like being in a boxing ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tag team.
All right.
When I'm falling short, I got to get in and say, "Here, Eric, you got to pull this weight because right now I can't fight no more. I can't do it no more." So I think that would strengthen just being together and coming up to that common denominator, the two of us.
All right. We got Michelle from Louisiana.
Hey,
Hey,
Michelle.
Michelle, how you doing? All right.
Oh, hey, Michelle. I just realized who she was.
Yeah. All right.
I pray all is well, my love.
All right. The next one is like you says, you went over it. Support each other. So setting goals can help partners support each other and acknowledge each other's contributions.
Right.
So that's what it does. All right, go ahead on the next one.
Oh, I'm next already.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? Okay. Planning goals. It helps plan for the future.
Mm-hmm.
How you set steps as to, let's say, for March, we want to take a mini vacay.
Mm-hmm.
You plan that. You set the foundation for it and how we going to get to this point. So I think those goals also go into father. It don't have to be 3 months. It could be a year or 2 years. But when you sit down together and you set those goals, you have a master plan, so to speak.
Yeah,
what you're trying to reach to. So I definitely agree with that.
All right, the next one is prevent conflict. So goals can help couples tackle conflicts before they arise. So you're looking in the future and you say, this might be a potential problem. And so, let's look at while we're setting this goal, this might be a potential problem, like I may lose my job or whatever like this, and now we can tackle this before it even happens.
Exactly. And
Hmm.
then when you plan together, when you create that sense of purpose, those conflicts are minimal
Right, right.
because it's a big plan. It's like it's a bigger plan here versus
Okay.
us fighting over something small.
Right, 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 right.
Mhm.
Okay. So we also do what? We balance individual and
And
couple
couple
goals,
goals.
right?
Right, right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
All right. We got Lucille's got what is the most important goal to set? We're gonna be going through all these goals,
Okay.
right?
Well,
We're gonna be go through
let's
there.
get to
So
it then.
what does couples, what you need to ensure that goals are built on something they value,
Mm,
right? If
right.
you don't value it, you're not going to try to strive for
For it.
it,
That's right.
right? So if you value getting a house, if that's one of your values, you're gonna put together and strive for it.
You got a plan.
So that's why couples, again, should sit down and come up with their goals. Because if you do that again, you're motivated to work towards it. Anything that now it is also important. One of the things is important in setting goals, married goals, is that make sure that the goals are realistic and
Yeah.
attainable.
Mm-hmm. So
All
that's
right.
why I think you should make small steps to lead to the bigger one.
But because when I say, I guess when I look at attainable, it's like you can't say now if you're gonna be really doing you 100,000, both of you $100,000 in debt, and you're saying, hey, by the end of the year we want to be out of debt and we're gonna be saving $50,000. That now, if somebody could do that, then they good,
Mhm.
right? But if you can say, look, like you said, we're $100,000 in debt, but let's make sure that we're gonna be $20,000 less in debt, right, and save $5,000. That's attainable. It may stretch you a little bit,
Mhm.
but it is attainable. It's realistic.
So it's
And-
like
yeah,
making small steps to get to that bigger
bigger
one.
goal. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can have your 5-year goal,
Mhm.
right? Your 5-year goal, your 2-year goal, and your 1-year goal, and and part of that 5-year goal is your 2025 goal. Like you said, it's small steps. All right.
Small steps,
So,
and
but
then
it's got to
you know,
stretch you.
in 5, 7 years, you can buy that house.
I'm telling you, and we know with God all things are
All
possible,
things,
right? And
amen.
so with faith, even in faith, the things that are attainable by our own strength, we don't need God. We don't need to have that faith in it. We got to have supernatural faith when we look at a vision and we set goals and we say, man, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it because we have faith that we can do it,
God is
right?
able.
All
Mhm.
right, all right. So, all right.
I agree with that.
Hey, Missy Hey, Missy, how you doing?
Hey, Missy. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
I
yes,
love you.
yes. All right. So when we going through, you say, let's go through the goal setting. Let's go through some things
Absolutely.
that we do, right? And I just want to say that when I, doing the research, you can go all online and get all of these gold, TikTok, all of these people, and some of them are selling their goal setting for $25. You get a spreadsheet. You can buy the spreadsheet for $25,
Mm,
or you can do this and you could do that.
we need
And
our own
well,
business.
yeah, we need our own business, but we setting our thing out for free.
Amen.
All right, so it's out there, and people have different ways of doing it. But one thing we like to do is that we like to get our big yellow sheet of
Oh,
paper.
we should have bought
We should have
that.
bought our yellow sheet of paper, right?
Yeah.
And start writing on it, right?
Mhm.
And I think one of the best things to do, I think what we're getting ready to do is leave where you're comfortable. You know, go to a place, maybe at the end of the year, 1 or 2 days, you're spending time together, and it's away from everybody and it's away from the hustle and bustle where you can set your goals for your marriage, right? And I also think that as husbands, I have a mentor group. As husbands, we should be setting the example. We should be calling our wives to say, look, let's set these goals, right? If we're going to be leaders, we have to be leaders. And we need to be leaders in this aspect where we're saying, hey, babe, we need to sit down. We need to set some goals for 2025. Because if you don't have any goals set, your marriage will be all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we don't want our marriages to be all over the place. We want to have something. Look, the Bible says, write the vision
Make it
and
plain.
make it plain, right? That's what so when people see it, they can run with it, right? And so when we write it down, we can look at it. What do? We I like how you have it that you got it right there at the door. So every time we leave out our room, there's our goals and our vision for whatever year
For the year.
for the year. It's right there. So we see it all the time, right?
Mhm.
We know what's going on in our lives and what is attainable and what's not attainable. All right. So the first thing that we should do is pray, right? That's the first thing we should do. And the reason why I say pray is because the Bible says we got to use wisdom because we talk about it, got to be attainable. So we
Mm-hmm.
got to use wisdom,
Right.
right? And so the Bible says, any man lacks wisdom, let him ask, and he will give you freely. So I believe that's one of the things that you should do is sit down and let's pray and say, Lord, give us wisdom. Again, there's that leader. Men, if you're watching, please sit down with your wife, hold a hand and say, Lord, give us wisdom on what we need to do for 2025, and if you're setting for 5 years, the big things and what we need to do. But we know for 2025, Lord, give us wisdom so we can attain and we can be a fruitful marriage. And so
Mm-hmm.
the first thing we should do is pray. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one.
That's number one.
All right. Number two.
Number two, to write down important dates,
Mhm.
anniversaries, birthdays. If you have children, when school start, when it ends.
Mhm.
If you have any medical things that you might have to take up, I need to go to the dentist. You want to make sure that the dates that are important to both of you,
Mhm.
not just one of you,
Right.
but
We're
the
doing this
dates that are
together.
important to both of you that you put them down. You write them down. So how I do is I get that sheet of paper and I put the whole 12 months on
12
there for
months.
the
We
year.
go month by
We
month.
go month by month. What's going on in January? It's Aries' birthday. February, it's Valentine's Day. We ain't trying to do nothing. Around that time. March. What's coming up? Oh, my mother's birthday. All of my granddaughter's birthday is in March.
Mhm.
Maya at the end. So we just sit down and we write down that stuff, and then we get, oh yeah, don't forget our anniversary. So you want to do stuff like that, that you're aware of, because as the year, and leave space, because as the year go, you might have to add.
Mhm.
I have to add some stuff in.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So even vacation.
Yep, definitely
You
vacation.
got to choose, you should be taking, if you're taking a family vacation, you put it down there. This is our goal to take a family vacation. You ain't got to say where yet,
Mm-hmm.
but at least you put down the dates. All right. And if you're taking an individual, vacation, you and your spouse without the children, you're leaving the children with grandma and grandpa, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Don't say that too loud.
Don't say that too loud. All right, we're gonna keep that on the down low. All right. So yeah, so you do that. You need to put those dates down. Go month by
By
month
month,
to the
yeah.
end of the year. When is Christmas? If you're working, like we work for the school board, hey, how does those days mess with this? Putting on your grandchildren, birthday. What about anniversaries? Even your anniversary, especially, you better put down your anniversary. Guys, you better remember that date. Yeah, I'm telling you. And these it's two important dates that you better remember: the anniversary and your wife's birthday. All right.
And the same with us ladies. We don't forget anniversaries. You remember that one year I got a cake for you? I had it made like a print symbol. I was like,
Oh,
yes,
yes.
yes, this is Aries' birthday. And I gave it to you on the 8th. And you were like, my birthday on the
On the
9th.
9th. Yeah.
And you didn't let us eat the cake until the next
To
day.
the next day. That's right.
Me and the kids are looking like, okay.
Mhm.
But
All
yeah,
right.
that's important. Whatever's important, if you sit down together, you'll know what's important to each other. If you communicate, you'll know what's important to each other.
Right.
Honesty,
Right.
not holding things back. Because sometimes you can't say a person is lying if they just haven't told you.
All right. Marie say you got to put down there when you started dating. You have to remember that.
Oh yeah, that's a new one. That's important too. The day that you fell in love.
Fell in love. Lucille say she's a grandma. She says take your kids with you. All right, I hear you, Lucille.
She don't take hers.
She said take your kids with you. All right, so you got to make sure you put down those dates.
Yeah, those dates are
You
very
got to
important.
make sure you put down those dates.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing you have to do, all right? So first thing you pray, the next thing you write down your dates, write all of your dates. The next thing you got to do is start picking your personal goals, right?
Okay.
You should come to the table with personal goals. What do you want for yourself? And you said it before. You said it. The reason why you bring personal goals is because if you say your goals out loud, you write your goals down, now I can know how to, help you, right? That I can do that because you writing them down. So if it's spiritual, right? I can help you. I can hold you accountable, and you can hold me accountable for my personal goals. And we're helping each other because they are personal. Maybe you have health, like you said, your health. Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to gain weight. Maybe whatever. However,
I don't know many people that want to gain weight.
But you may have some people that want to gain weight because they lost too much weight. They may want to say, what, I want to gain I want to put a couple of pounds on the hip.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
You may have some people, I want to pull a couple of pounds, or I want to be muscular.
Okay.
Right? So that's, put some definition, right? And so that means that if you got to get a gym membership or not get a gym membership, is that once you write it down, we can say, okay, those again are attainable goals, right? You can't go into it and say, I want to lose 200 pounds. That's a lot to lose. And being healthy and losing that is very difficult, right? So you want to do some attainable goals. And also you want to make sure not only you doing physical health, but mental health.
That's really important. Because sometimes we put more on us than what we'll do so much, but then we'll say, oh, well, the Lord won't put more on me than I can bear.
But that ain't biblical anyway.
Yourself.
Yep.
But you put it on yourself. That's why I said small steps, until you can attain what it is that you, whatever goal it is you're trying to reach as far as, your health. And then your mental health can chillax if you're taking smaller steps.
Right. So we should pick personal goals. Bring your so before you come to the meeting, right, you got to come to the meeting prepared. Right. So that's why we have our yellow sheet. We have our markers. We have our tablets. We have our computers. You bringing all of this to the table. You and your husband bringing all this to the table, right? And you're saying, look, I got some personal goals. And you write down, Eric, these are my personal goals. Boom, 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 boom. Whatever it is, spiritual, health, education. You want to go back to school or whatever you like that. However you want to do it.
Like what is going to take for me to go to school? How much is going to cost?
Yeah.
Can I pay per class?
Yeah.
Can I get the books online? Or, you want you want to set those goals. And I just wanted to say that, as much as my heart was broken when my lump of dump moved to Tallahassee, but I was comfortable with it because every time I went to visit them before they moved to their apartment, Nikki had a plan. She had it on the wall. She had it written down. She checked this place. She checked that place. And that's how you prepare. That's how you set goals. Her goals was to move to Tallahassee, and she achieved that goal. But she set small steps first.
Right.
It works for you don't have to just be married to do this, but set some write the vision, make it plain.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like these goals are for married couples, but you can be single and do it.
Absolutely.
Right? Because you need to set some personal goals.
And not only that, when you get yourself situated, then what you're gonna allow to come and join
right
union with you. You don't want some messy person that don't know what they doing.
Right.
I once said something to my grandma was saying.
But and the thing too is that this is very important, I think, to us and to a lot of people. You want to make sure in your personal goals that you're not taking baggage into a new year And if you're taking in a new year, you have your goals to get rid of it that year.
Absolutely. And if you need to see a therapist, see a therapist. Talk to somebody. Sometimes it helps to hear what you're thinking on the inside, on the outside. Like I used to journal. I used to write down, Eric is really getting on my nerves or something like that. I would get it out. But then I know, like, when I went to see a therapist, I really felt so much more released. Like, finally, somebody else knows how I'm feeling right
Yeah,
now.
because you got to get it
So,
out.
and they only really make you solve your own problem.
Yeah, they do. They do, but they help you. They help you.
But they
It
kind of
is.
guide you in it, and it's okay.
It's no way that you should be holding on to something for years after years. All it's going to do is it's going to mess up your marriage, right? Or mess up a relationship with somebody, right? You either got to, get over it or get rid of it and find a way to come together. Because why would I? This is what I don't understand about. You got to forgive people, right? First, you got to forgive yourself. And then you got to forgive people. This is all personal goals that you should be having. That I don't want to take extra weight when I'm talking about. I'm not talking about weight as far as real. I'm talking about weight of people, into the new year. And if I take it in the new year, I'm not going into the next year. I'm not going to 2026 with it. That's my goal, is to get rid of this extra weight of people and unforgiveness and bitterness. I want to get it out of my heart. It is no way that I'm going to let some people control me, right? And they don't even know they got the control, right? But they controlling you. They can be miles, they can be next door, they can be whatever, and they are controlling you, and you letting them.
And they don't realize it.
And they don't even realize.
You don't even realize the whole that. I used to tell the girls all the time, don't give people the power to control
Your day.
Your day.
Nah.
You wronged me. And I used to have a hard time with forgiving people. I used to be like, you know what? I don't do her, or I don't do him anymore, or whatever. But what I realized is that I can forgive them and still be afar.
Yes.
But the forgiveness was more for me.
Yes,
so
but
I can move forward with
yes.
what I wanted in life and how I want it to be. And sometimes we don't realize the control that we give people. People are going to be people. He ain't going to change. The only thing going to change them is the Lord Jesus Christ. And if they don't want to change, he ain't going to force them to change. He give us free will.
Yes, sir.
So only thing we could do is we could step back and let it go.
Yep. Yeah.
Because you can't, I used to say this all the time. You can't build let me see. You can't build a great future if you're dragging the past with you.
Of course, you can't.
You can't, because you're going to constantly be in the back of your mind. You're going to have bad relationships because you ain't going to trust nobody because the last person that did you wrong. You're going to have family members that did you wrong, and you're going to have to eventually say, you know what, I love you, sis, but I gotta let you go. It's for me.
Yeah,
that mental health right there.
That's mental health.
That's mental health. So you have to deal with it accordingly.
You gotta deal with it. So you gotta hold. And so that's why, again, you bring your personal goals, and you're saying to your husband, you're saying to your wife that, look, I don't want to go into next year with this. And so the thing is, I would say to you, okay, Patsy, how can I help you to achieve your personal goals? Because that's what it's all about. What can I as Eric do to help you achieve your personal goals? And you may say, you know what, pay for me for therapy. Okay, all right. So that's my help of you, because that's what it's about. I'm bringing my personal goals, and I'm asking you, I'm putting these personal goals, not that I can attain it by myself. Right? I know I'm going to need God's help. That's why we pray first, right? But I need your help in order to attain it. I'm not going to bring stuff that I could attain myself, that I could do myself. I'm bringing that Patsy, I need your help to hold me accountable or do whatever to help me attain this goal. And if mental health is a goal that I think that I need to deal with, I need to deal with it. All right? All right.
Okay.
All right. We got
a few comments.
Yeah. I know. Malika, she's talking about we have a planning meeting scheduled. All right, and then Lucia said, "What if you make 10 goals and one of those goals you can't agree?" All right, we're gonna get to how the goals making when it comes to couples. All right, and Michelle said writing keeps her mind right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. However, you need to do it. You need to keep your mind right. But if you know your mental health is affecting your relationship, right? If you have a husband, have a wife, and say you're writing, and say that's not happening, right? You say you bring that goal. You say I'm going to be writing, okay, and say it's not happening. Then the next step is therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just got to make sure that you are keeping your mind healthy. You as an individual,
Uh-huh.
right? That you got to make sure. Because one of the problems too that married couples have is that I worry so much about what you're supposed to be doing till I forget about what I'm supposed to be doing.
Say that again, bro.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah, I'm worried about. Oh, you supposed to be doing this, and you supposed to be doing this, and I hear some people, especially like this has come from women. I'm just want to let you know this come from women. Oh, you supposed to be the leader, and you ain't leading. Well, one thing too about leaders, there's different leadership styles,
Mm-hmm.
right? From being coming from the military, I had different leaders, and I had to learn their leadership style because I couldn't expect this leader to be like this leader. And boy, did I have some doozies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to understand if you're talking about a husband, you're talking about a man, you got to understand his leadership style because maybe like me, I'm soft spoken, right? I don't get all around, and you've learned to learn to say, okay, I know Eric ain't gonna get all mad, he gonna do this, but you learn that's my leadership style, and I know what to give away, and I know what to. So you just have to do that, right? So you got to know what I'm supposed to be doing, and then you do what you're supposed to be doing, and then we all good, right?
You say so.
Oh
I think a
boy.
lot of times women feel like a man should lead. If he's a good leader, then she'll follow.
But what I'm saying is that leadership is different from different people.
Well, I mean, but okay, it's different from different people, but it's pretty much the same job. The job is the same. You provide, you protect, you
Well, but
nurture your family. If you can't do those things, I mean, what type of leadership do you need? You need to take a class on protection and
Well,
providing.
again, if you haven't had a father in your life, you're saying protect, right? And what you may call protection may be not protecting to me, right? So I have to understand. I have to learn what you mean by the definition of protection. I have to learn that. That's what it comes in the marriage because protection for you may not be protection for the other person. That's why I say I have to learn you and you have to learn me in this aspect, right? Because again,
But don't you think that in the process of him learning that, he could lose his wife?
of course, he can if the woman is not patient with the
Oh, so
husband.
she have to be patient.
Yes, and I have to be patient with you because I can grow up and expect my wife to be cooking and cleaning and doing all this stuff.
And she did.
Right? I can expect that because I can say that's what a wife's supposed to do. I don't supposed to be cooking. I don't supposed to be ironing. I don't supposed to be doing that. But we understand in a shared marriage that I may have to cook. But that doesn't demean you or saying that you are not a good wife because you don't do it. Now, to some people, they would say that you're not a good wife. And I'm not talking about you. I'm just
Yes, you
saying.
are.
No, I'm not.
I
I'm not
see it
talking.
in your face.
But so some people will say you're not a good wife if you don't do
If you
these,
don't cook.
right? If you don't cook, if you don't clean, if you don't do this, and in essence, you are a good
Well, you know what?
because you have shared
He
responsibilities.
need to be patient because maybe she wasn't raised by her mom,
And
and maybe
again,
she don't know how to do that stuff.
and that's
Go
that's
two
right.
ways.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
in the process, she could lose him because he might be used to a clean house, dinner on the
But
table,
that's
and
why you
all
have
that. But he
pre-marriage
has
counseling. That's why you do
exactly.
pre-marriage counseling. But you got to know that in the marriage, it's going to take patience to learn each other, and it's going to take you say, look, this is a leader. This is how I lead. Right? I may not be vocal. I
So
may
in
not.
other words, counseling is good. Couple counseling is
Of
good.
course.
Premarital counseling is good because a lot of times, especially the way we do it,
Mm-hmm.
how they have to do the test.
Mm-hmm.
it really brings out a lot. It brings out a lot.
Yeah, it brings out the
So
leadership
I think,
skills and everything.
especially if you're gonna be in a extended relationship, because sometimes it can go for 10 years and then you split and go your separate ways. But when you're committed, if you start out, let's go talk to this person and see, just see where we at.
Mm-hmm.
See if we even have the same background,
Mm-hmm.
of what you believe in, what I believe in, how we believe, how you was raised, how I was raised, and I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, of course it makes a
And
difference.
in this day and society, with what I see with these kids, we in trouble.
All right, good to go. All right, we're moving right along. All right, so the next one is what? Is the next one is number 4.
Pick couple goals. Something we want to achieve together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory. If we want to lose weight, let's get up and let's go walking.
Mm-hmm. But that's not something that we
wait
do
a minute.
together.
I'm not finished.
Okay.
You can do that together. I see couples out all the time when I be out there walking by myself. I see couples all the time. That's something that you could do. I mean, you can say, hey, listen, we want to go on a mini vacay. Or we just may want to get a hotel on the beach for a couple days
Mm-hmm.
and toss the cell phones. That's something that you could set. You can, say, hey, like for us, we say in 2026, we want to have a sneaker ball for our anniversary. That's something that we're going to plan for the end of 25. We'll go to our and we'll do that. So it's different things that you can set up. You want to, you could pray together.
All right. So so we set up spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we gonna do devotion together, pray together, right?
Yeah, but I pray in the morning and you're just getting in bed for work. So I pray over you in the morning.
But that's part of it. But if that's a spiritual goal,
but you pray me while I'm sleeping
right,
at night.
Right.
So I mean, so that's a spiritual goal that we can say, okay, wait a minute, we're not, because we're missing you work at night, I work in the daytime. So since we're missing that connection, we need to find a time. Maybe we can do maybe we can have our Saturday mornings. Saturday morning is gonna be our time
for prayer. Right. Okay. All right. Good. So,
but I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So those are, that's the first thing we should got to do is make sure that we're spiritual connected. Right. That's the first thing. Okay. Good to go. All right. What else?
Financial debt. Let's figure out how we can knock down some debt if we have. Okay. So we're gonna maybe cut out going out for dinner. Maybe take dinner down from 5 times a month to probably down to 2. That money can go toward helping eliminate some financial debt that we might have. We might want to get rid of, maybe we might want to pay off a credit card. So we can use that credit card to do something big.
Okay. All right.
My second one, the next one is date night. Date night is so important. And again, we've talked about it so many times before where it doesn't have to be expensive. We've had picnics in the living room on the floor.
That's right. That's right.
We've raided the refrigerator and bought all of the leftovers out, heated them up, put them in the middle of the floor. First got rid of the dog, put on a movie on Netflix, and we would sit there and we would just eat and just really talk. So spending quality time together is so important. And going for that walk or a ride, because sometimes we'll get in the car and let the roof open and ride down A1A down the beach and just ride and talk. And I find that when we do that, most of the time, those moments are so important to me, because it's like we really, if we need to clear the air, we clear the air. But usually we just talking about crazy stuff.
Right. But that's kind of, but it's connection
quality
time.
And then I remember we went on this road trip. We got off from work. I think we both had gotten paid that Friday. We got in the car and we just drove. We ended up St. Petersburg. We were all over.
Yeah, we was all over the place.
All over the west coast of Florida, and that was like one of my most favorite times. Now we did hit the outlets, but but that was one of my most favorite times versus us going on a cruise or going wherever.
Right.
That was it, because we spent time on the road. We talked, we laughed, we had a good time.
Okay.
And then it comes down to the next one: set time aside to laugh.
Oh, yes.
To laugh, just laugh.
just laugh together.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find something. It has to be something a day, every day that you can just sit down and just think of something that you can laugh together, right? Not individually. You just want to laugh together and just crack up. You know, so but say, boy, you stupid, but you crazy. It just something to happen to where you laugh together.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be, something on you see something funny on the TV, you see something funny, in Instagram reel or TikTok or whatever, and you bring and say, you know what? I just want to send this to you because this is crazy. It made me crack up, and I think some of the more memorable times is like when we're laughing together, to where I can't even drive, and we just laughing till we crying. Those are some good times. Why you laugh?
Because I'm thinking about, we have this thing in our family with James Brown where he's being
Oh.
interviewed. Everybody in the family cracks up. He say, ladies, she said, well, James, why is it that the ladies love you so much? He say, I don't know.
You were drunk.
He say, because I look good.
Go.
I smell good.
Mhm.
I may look good. She said, oh, well, there you
let's
have
get
it. There you have it. And it's like such a thing where our family, whenever we hear it, we just die laughing.
Yeah.
Because had just got out of jail. He was
Mhm.
completely drunk and high. But it was so funny just to see it. So that's
Nat started that, didn't it?
yes, Nat.
Oh.
Now Nat
Yeah,
get in the water.
yeah, yeah.
He was definitely a James Brown fan.
Mhm.
But that's something that we'll just. And another thing we do too, we'll shoot out something from a movie.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a little small clip.
Yeah.
Or something. I remember one time when Jordan was talking, he was saying something, me and Nat was driving along. And then he said something, and me and Nat turned around and said, you just a boy, you ought not say that. We just laughed, and that was from the movie Sling Blade.
Sling Blade,
Like I
yeah,
have
I
a
love
movie
that.
with all of the kids that I watch with them, and that
Mhm.
was one with her. And, and even with Nikki, and I mean, like, just little things. It's sometimes, guys, it's the little things. It's the little
to keep the
things.
marriage going. Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. I like jewelry. I love my stuff. I like having things,
Yes.
but more important, but more important, it's the little things. Like one day you came home and you bought me a Kit Kat.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
oh babe, you thought
Mhm.
about me while you were out.
Mm-hmm.
And that Kit Kat, what they like almost $3 now for 4 little pounds.
Boy,
They
I'm
getting
telling
expensive. But just it's the little things. You don't have to go into debt.
You're right. Yeah, you don't
Boy.
have to go into debt. You shouldn't have to go if you got a spouse that always thinks got to be expensive and materialistic, then y'all got to sit down and y'all got to talk. And you got to say, look, you married me, and I'm not a materialistic person, and that's why you got to find out so much, before you get married, and date.
That's why couples
counseling. Hey,
is
you know what?
important.
You materialistic. Because you can
So
tell.
when do you think? When do you think a person should do couple counseling? How long should they have been in a relationship?
They can. I mean, it's up to them. I mean, you don't have to
Because you
be
don't know how
engaged. You
serious
don't have
it
to be engaged in order to do couples counseling.
Exactly. So if you're dating 3 months, 6 months,
Yeah, you
8
can start.
months,
You can start a couples counseling. That doesn't mean that you're finding out if you're compatible. Because sometimes it takes other people that's been in it, that's done it, to draw out the things that you need to talk about.
Mm.
Because sometimes you be so infatuated. He's cute, she's fine, and you're going out to eat, and you're talking, and sometimes you just need somebody else to say, what about this? What about that? When you think that you're getting serious, I think that's a time where you start finding out.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you think you start getting serious, like say, you know what? You ain't thinking about nobody else. You're thinking about that person. And I'm not talking about teenagers, because teenagers, you know how they are. What I'm talking about is you get older, you get older, and that person is on your mind, and and so, you can talk to somebody else and say, hey, let's have a couple of counselors. Let's go out to eat or whatever, and start bringing out things. and you can see that,
All
right?
right. So my last thought was, which we've been hitting on throughout the podcast, is couple counselings. But if you are married and try doing some retreats, marriage retreats, so you can hear from other couples.
Right, right,
Because
right, right.
Eric and I went to one in October.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was really, really good. We really, I mean, and it's so interesting that we do our own marriage retreat, but for us not to be in charge and getting that information, getting impartation from other people and other couples, that was great. So, you can always learn from other couples. It don't have to be, you don't have to, I don't even know what word I could use. It don't have to be that serious. You go, you sit, you learn, you speak if you choose to, because we didn't have to, which was great because we do it so much when we do
Right.
our own. So definitely, and and trust and believe. We actually found this marriage retreat on Facebook. I actually sent it to Eric, and it was free. They paid for our accommodations. They gave us a $200 gift card to
You
go
gotta tell
on
her about
date
our
night.
business.
It was so much fun. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, try some marriage retreats.
So we got on.
Oh,
Missy says, put your expectation on a yellow paper, right? Put the
absolutely.
expectations. So you going in and say, okay, this is what I'm expecting this year. You going in with the eyes wide open. What you're expecting on that year. We're tithers, right? And we always start out praying, and then we say, Lord, we want to give this amount of money next year, tithe. And people may say, well, why y'all want to do that? Why y'all say that? Because when we say we want to give that much, that means we're looking for the Lord to bless us enough in order for us to give it.
Amen.
So if we say we're going to give $15,000, that's our goal. So that means as a couple together, we're looking that we're going to make at least $150,000 together, right? Because we're giving 10%,
Right.
right? So that's a good a good thing to do. Well, like I said, we definitely send each other those IG reels. Yeah, I know sometimes they send it to us too. We have John Russell. He says we have to incorporate putting our goals in a place where we'll see it every day.
Yeah.
Yes, John, you got to do that. You have to put it in a place
Where you see
you
it.
see it every day. Put it in your room. That's your room. That's I mean, I know people. Sometimes people say, you want to put a car and you want to put it on the refrigerator because you go inside the refrigerator all the time. And that's cool. But for your goals, for you and your spouse, put it in your room. If you have two yellow sheets of paper, that's why we have the paper where it flips up, and all that. But you just put it down there, and so you can see the goals that you're setting, right? You see it, man. Because if you don't see it, you'll forget about it, and a month will pass, and a 2 month will pass, 3 months will pass, and December get here, you're like, man, we haven't accomplished anything. You know why? Because you think that you got it here.
Yeah.
You think you can keep it here.
Right.
You think that you can keep it on your phone. You think that you can keep it in your computer. That they are all nice. That's good for organization, right? But when you write it, they would tell you. And when you go to school, they'll tell you to write it. Type it, hear it, say it. Because the more times you write it, you say it, and all this stuff, it gets into you.
Right. It's
right?
just like the word of God. The
Yeah.
more you read it, the more you
Meditate
get
on
into
it.
it and
Ooh,
meditate on it,
Jesus.
the more you hide that word in your belly. I was just telling my brother about that. But yeah, that's when you make that vision, you write that and you see that, and then you go back to it and say, okay, so we're in March. Did we accomplish what we was going to accomplish in January? Yes. Did we make it through February? Good. Do we need to add? Oh, we got to add so-and-so because we forgot about this, so we add things. And as you see, I love it because, I actually was helping my aunt plan for her anniversary party coming up. And one day I went over and I had this sheet and I said, here's what we're going to do. Boom. I put that sheet on the wall and I started writing, okay, where are we? We're in September. We're in here. And she was like, this is good. I was like, put it where you can see it every day, and so she was like, this works because now I see it. Now I know what my steps are. Now I know what my goals are. I know how to get to this point. Mind you, she's been planning this for about 4 years now.
So so when we have our yellow sheet of paper, you may have 4 or 5 yellow sheets of paper. You know,
We ain't putting all that all
no,
over the bed.
no, I'm not. I'm not saying that. You because you may have, because you're talking about every month. You're talking about personal goals, and you're talking about marriage goals. You put it all there, and then you're gonna consolidate it, right? So
Okay.
that's what you do. So you're putting all of it, because what you're doing, you're throwing out things. You're throwing out, okay, this is what we want to do, right? And you look at as Lucille's, you say, okay, some of the goals that we may not be able to accomplish
I agree
or
on.
agree on, right? We just gonna worry about the ones that we, if we can't agree on those, then no, we need to pray more about it. So you put it in the bucket of prayer. You put those ones that you can't agree on, you put it in the bucket of prayer. The ones that you can agree on, those are the ones that you marching along. You just marching along, and those are the ones that you're gonna be doing for 2025.
And don't focus on the one that you don't agree on.
Yeah, don't focus on it.
Because the one that you agree on, once you get the ones that you can't agree on, the ones that you disagree on might not even be an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're going to move on for that. 'Cause,
Mhm.
we're going to get this new car.
Yeah.
Or we're going to get this new furniture. Because, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
sometimes if you focus on what we don't agree on,
Mhm.
it kind of diminish what we can agree on.
Right. Yeah.
So you want to stay focused on the things that you can agree on.
That's it. That's it. That's good right there.
Mhm.
Good. So what you can do, right? Again, you can write them all down. Put them. Put them on your computer. Write it all down. And what you can do, you can you're getting ready to make a compelling vision.
Mm-hmm.
So some people say you make your vision first and work the goal to set it. So I say do it reverse. Write everything down, throw everything down. And then from all of those things, now you can get a
Ooh, what
compelling
you-
vision
yeah.
from it.
Mm-hmm.
And you may get help. Hey, that's why AI is here. I'm telling y'all better start. Go to ChatGPT, write it all down, and say, can you help me get a compelling vision in 2 sentences, right? For my marriage, or for help me. And that's what it's there to help. And you can narrow it down and say, okay, we can agree that this has helped. Reword it and make it personal, and at least it helps you, right? It saves time, And so now you have a vision and you have your goals,
Awesome.
and you be ready for 2025.
Ready for 2025. Yeah.
All right, we're ready for 2025.
Mhm.
All right, we got any comments? Any comments that we need to talk about here?
Well, let's just give a shout out to Dayton, Ohio. Thank you so much
Dayton,
for
Ohio.
joining us.
Dayton, Ohio. Oh boy, that's a distance, ain't it?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so
And
much.
yeah, thank you for letting him know. He should take them walks with me.
Oh boy.
He really should.
Yeah, I really should.
Mhm.
All
Do
right.
you have any personal goals that you want to, try for this upcoming year that I can help you with?
Well, I mean, one of the personal goals is I do want to lose weight.
You do.
Yeah, I do want to lose some weight. So I got to, get out there and make sure I do. And I want to make sure I have high blood pressure, and I want to keep my blood pressure down. That's one of the goals. That's another goal.
How could I help you with that?
I guess takes, less stress.
I stress you out?
No, I was just saying with everything.
I said, how can I help you with it? You said stress. I'm like, I don't want to stress you.
Don't stress me out, baby. But cook healthy foods.
Good. Oh.
Did y'all hear that? did y'all hear that? I'm talking about cook.
I'm sorry, I don't do that.
See, there you go.
See, Lucille say, Jordan, you need to go to the gym with your son. Can we get a clap for that?
No, we ain't getting a clap for that, because Jordan be like that. Hey, if you have something you want to call in, 754-222-2219, 754-222-2219. If you want to do that, you can call in. We maybe share some of your goals. We got a couple more minutes that we want to do. And Lucille said, lose what? Tiny man? Yeah, call you can call in 754-222-2219, and you can we'll if you want to share some of your goals, you can do that as well. We'd love to hear where you go. So what are some of your goals that I can help you with?
Me?
You were talking about me, so I want to find out what some of the goals that I can help you out with too.
Well, I'm taking these class. Well, I'm a procrastinator when it comes down to taking to school and doing assignments and getting things done. I like to wait till 2 days before the deadline.
Uh-huh.
So if you could really help me to stay on task and finish this certification and this renewal for my directors, if I can get you to say, "Come on, babe," because you know me, I'll come home from work and get in the bed and
And go
stay
to
in the
sleep.
bed, stay
Hmm.
in the bed, and I'm actually at a February. My certification is no February my credentials expire.
Oh.
So, but I've registered for the class in September.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And when do you want this done? When do
Well,
you
I
have
was
to?
gonna do it for Thanksgiving, but your wonderful self and your children decided that I needed to cook. So that took that week for me going to the grocery store, getting everything together, so I couldn't do it then. And I was thinking about doing it for Christmas, but I gotta go see my mom. So,
But can't you, while we're driving, that you do some of that?
but then who's gonna talk to you while you
Don't
drive
worry
and keep
about
you?
that. I got my music going. Can't you? I mean, do you need to have? I mean, even if you have internet, you can.
I can hotspot it
You
from
can
my
hot. That's
phone.
right. That you can hotspot it. So you can do that while you.
Well, I didn't tell you to start giving me a plan, making my vision plain. I said I need you to encourage me. You want me to be traveling on the highway doing?
Homework. Yeah, I mean, doing the schoolwork. That's cool. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
You said you was gonna be reading anyway. You were reading a book, so why not just read your schoolwork?
Yeah. So again,
Uh
I
huh.
procrastinate when it come down to that. But you know what? I was AB student. I just waited till the last minute to get stuff done. But when I got it done, I got it done because I prayed and I asked the Lord to
To help you out.
help me,
Hmm.
Jesus.
All right. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We can do that. What Lucille say?
Talking about Jesus gonna talk to him while he driving. Get your work done.
That's it. That's it, Lucille. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right. We're just waiting for somebody to call. I mean, if nobody calls
They
in for the
want.
goals, we just want to thank you for joining us tonight. We
Mhm.
pray that through our talk tonight that it helps you and your spouse to plan for 2025 and to
Mhm.
set goals, set your vision, right? And I want to just make sure I want to encourage all of the husbands. You lead on that. Let's have this meeting. Let's do what we need to do, and let's accomplish that. And just be the leader on that as well.
Mhm.
I just want to encourage all of the guys to do that. If you haven't set, remember that December 31st is right around the corner too,
Yeah, it is.
right? And you don't want to go into January 1 and say, well, we're going to have the meeting in January. No, you want to hit the ground running in January 1, right? You want to hit the ground running. This is our goal. This is,
It's what we doing.
this is what we're doing. Yeah, this is what we're doing for 2025. And if you do that, I guarantee you will have a better year. You'll have a better year in 2025. If you all those other years you've been flopping and flopping and flopping, at least you have something to try to attain. And then if you can't attain it, you just, hey, next year we're gonna do it. We're gonna knock this out. All right. You was getting ready to
Yeah.
say something, babe?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, and even if something that's on your goal list falls short,
Mm-hmm.
don't look at it like, man, I failed and I'm just gonna throw in the towel on this. You
Mm-hmm.
know what? Go to the next goal and come back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you got to put things aside and kind of regroup
Right.
to accomplish it. So it's okay if it don't work out the first time. Go back again. Nothing in life is easy.
Right.
The things that's going to benefit you the most are going to be the things that you work the hardest to get.
Okay. All right. In 2 weeks it'll be the 30th. I know we're gonna be a little tired, coming back from South Carolina. Are we gonna be back on? We coming back
30th.
that Sunday, so I'm thinking, man, we should have our family on for our last podcast of the year. Get them kids on, and we just trip out a little bit.
We'll see.
But we got to say that. Are we going to have 30th, or are we not going to have the 30th?
I don't know. We'll just be coming back in town.
Right. All right. Cool. So we'll send it out if we do.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But again, we want you to like and share. Make comments, please. Once we're off, you can make the comments. Put in, comments, and maybe you can make some comments about what you'd like to hear next year. All right. You can also go to Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. You can listen Spotify, Amazon Music. You go back to YouTube Music. We're everywhere, and support. All we're asking for is support. You can support us. The more you listen to it, the better. You can go out and hey, I had fun tonight.
Me too.
What about you?
Always. I love our audience.
We love our audience.
I love our
Well, we want to just thank you again for joining us, and we want to say good night.
Good night. Thank you.
If you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire podcast, and for that, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We hope you enjoyed this new episode, and if you did, please rate and review our show on your favorite podcast channel. Please share this episode with others who may be interested in this topic. Also, feel free to let us know what topics you'd like to see covered in future episodes. Get in touch in the comments or on any social media networks at Marriage in Real Life Podcast. See you in 2 weeks for a new episode.